Hello everyone. Today we will be starting the first chapter of grade 11th biology, that is the living world. This is the first chapter for grade 11th biology. This is the one of the important chapter in grade 11th. So let's talk about what are the living organisms. So we know that our earth is a home for the different living organisms, and the organisms, they are living in different habitats. It may be forest, mountains, deserts, freshwater bodies, hot water springs, polar area, and almost every place of earth. So these living organisms, they are possessing some basic characteristics. So based upon those basic characteristics, we can classify that the organisms, whether they are living or they are non-living organisms. With the help of this flow chart, let's try to understand what are the characteristics of living organisms. So living organisms, we are saying that they are having some characters. So characters of living organisms. Living organisms. What are these characters? Let's talk about these characters. The first character which I am taking is growth. What is growth? Growth is the increase in the cell number or increase in the size of the cell. Growth. And we have studied that growth in plants, this growth is अनलिमिटेड ग्रोथ. प्लांट्स के अंदर कैसी ग्रोथ होती है? अनलिमिटेड. कैन यू टेल मी व्हाई प्लांट्स दे आर हैविंग अनलिमिटेड ग्रोथ? बिकॉज प्लांट्स दे आर हैविंग स्पेशल टाइप ऑफ सेल्स एंड दो सेल्स आर नोन एज मेरिस्टेमेटिक सेल्स. बिकॉज प्लांट्स दे आर हैविंग मेरिस्टेमेटिक cells and they can keep on growing throughout their life. So plants, they are showing the unlimited growth, whereas the animals, we are having the limited growth. What is the meaning of limited growth? After a certain period of time, the growth will, our cells, they will stop growing. That is the meaning of limited growth. So we animals, we are having the limited growth, and the plants, they are having the unlimited growth. So the living organisms, they show the growth, right? Now the second important feature which we can talk about is reproduction. Reproduction. We have studied that the organisms, they will reproduce so as to produce their offsprings. This reproduction, it can be asexual or sexual mode of reproduction. For example, we said that in the asexual reproduction, the fusion of gamete will not take place, and asexual reproduction, example we can give binary fission in amoeba, multiple fission, budding in hydra, and so on. Multiple fission, कहाँ पे हो रहा है multiple fission? Multiple fission is taking place in paramecium. Budding कहाँ पे हो रहा है? It is taking place in hydra. Binary fission कहाँ पे हो रहा है? amoeba में हो रहा है. Then in human being, we are having the sexual mode of reproduction. What's happening in sexual mode of production? In sexual reproduction, the formation of male and female gamete is taking place, and there will be the fertilization. So living organisms, they are having a capability to produce their offsprings and to multiply. That's why the living organism, they are having this feature, that is reproduction. Then another feature which we can talk about is एक और फीचर की बात करते हैं हम, दैट इज कैपेबल टू मेटाबोलाइज, दैट इज मेटाबॉलिज्म. Metabolism. What is metabolism? Metabolism is sum total of all the chemical activities which are taking place inside the cell, and these activities could be classified as catabolic activities and anabolic activities. Anabolism and catabolism. Let's try to understand this. For example, when we talk about the respiration, what's happening in respiration? रेस्पिरेशन में क्या हो रहा है? देखिए, ग्लूकोज मॉलिक्यूल, ग्लूकोज इज 6H12O6 will be oxidized. I am taking aerobic respiration. What's going to be produced? Carbon dioxide plus water plus 38-36 molecule of ATP. Here, this is the example of catabolism. Large molecule is going to be broken down into the smaller fragment. So respiration is, what is respiration? Is example of catabolism. रेस्पिरेशन क्या है? कैटाबॉलिज्म है. एनाबॉलिज्म में हम किसका एग्जांपल दे सकते हैं? इन एनाबॉलिज्म वी कैन टॉक अबाउट द फोटोसिंथेसिस. फोटोसिंथेसिस, द स्मॉलर मॉलिक्यूल्स, photosynthesis. The smaller molecules, they are going to combine and they are going to produce the larger molecules. Equation, if you know in grade 11th you have studied about the equation. What is the equation for photosynthesis? के लिए equation क्या है? In photosynthesis, carbon dioxide, plants will take carbon dioxide through stomata, water they will absorb through roots in the presence of sunlight, and the chlorophyll pigment, what they are going to produce? Glucose. What else they are going to produce? Oxygen. What they are going to produce? And water. This is the equation for the, we can balance it, 6 molecules of this, 12 molecule of this, 6 and 6. We can balance it. This equation can be balanced, right? There are carbon 6 this side, 6 this side, hydrogen 24. So 12 plus 12, 24. Oxygen 12, 6. Oxygen here it is 12 plus 6 to the 12, 24. So oxygen here is 6 plus 6 to the 12 plus 6, it means 24, 24. So this is the equation. In this equation, if you see the smaller molecules, here the smaller molecules, they will combine and they will form the larger molecules. So this type of activities are known as anabolic activities, and when anabolism exceeds catabolism, then the growth will take place, right? What is growth? Growth ko, if I want to define the growth in one more term, then I can say that when the anabolism exceeds then catabolism, that is growth. What is aging? Aging, when the catabolism exceeds anabolism, then the aging and will take place. So growth can be defined in anabolic and catabolic activities as well. So all the living organisms, we can say that they will metabolize, they will metabolize, and they can show either anabolic activities or catabolic activities. And again in the coming chapters, we will talk about the third type of metabolic activity, which is known as amphibolic activities, where both anabolism and catabolism is taking place together. But right now we are not discussing that third type of metabolism, that is the amphibolism. Amphiboolic activities, where both anabolic and catabolic activities are taking place. When we take the respiration chapter, then in that chapter we will talk about this amphiboolic activities. Okay, the next feature which we can talk about is the respond to external stimuli. Respond to external stimuli. Right, the living organisms, they will respond to external stimuli. For example, again in grade 10th you have studied that the living organisms they will show response to the sunlight. The plants, like if I talk about the plants, and plant will show the phototropic movement, the geotropic movement. The roots, they are moving towards the gravity, that is known as the geotropic movement. Then the thigmonosity, the stimulus will be touch. So living organism, they will respond to the external stimuli. Either they will move toward the stimulus, or they are going to move away from the stimulus. So all the living organisms, they are showing the they are responding to the external stimuli. These are the few basic features of the living organism, and there are many more characteristics which the living organisms, they will show. So based upon those characteristics, we can call them as that these organisms, they are the living organisms, right? So it is why we are talking about these basic features, because there will be n number of other features, other characters which could be studied, which we can talk about that living organism, they will show these features, or they will show these characteristics. So based upon these characters, we can say that the organisms, they are living or they are non-living. We can learn some of the features with the help of this acronym, that is Miss Green. Miss Green. M for movement. Other features: S for sensitivity, G for growth, R for reproduction, whether it is sexual reproduction or asexual reproduction, E for excretion, removal of nitrogen based product, N for nutrition. This is the acronym which can be used to remember some of the features of the living organisms. In the next lecture, we will talk about further about how the living organisms they need to be classified, what is the importance of the taxonomy and classification. Thank you very much.